I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. I no longer hide in isolation, for I've seen through the veils of separation and stand strong in our sacred connection. I refuse to be the point of darkness in the human constellation. I will no longer be the broken note in the music of our evolution. I speak without suppression. I stand strong in the truth that we are each a cell in the human organism. We are one. We are in this together. I will shine without shame, to weave a mantle of light that wraps around the young and the old, the sick and the sane, the rich and the poor alike. For we are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. That which hurt a lonely fellow in a remote Chinese village is now hurting all humanity. Do you see any frontiers that COVID cannot cross? They too are illusions, we've been told. Walls to keep us apart while greed goes to global. We can't keep on going as if we are all alone, hoarding our fears while the 1% trades on our fears and tears. Carelessness, individualism, indifference, comfort as king, selective blindness and amnesia to ignore social injustice and political lies. These habits are no longer safe. So I may sit at home, I may work online, but I refuse to be in separation. I stand strong in our sacred connection, for we are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. I am done with running and rushing. I am done with consuming and fearing and consuming to hide my fear and fearing to stop consuming. Yes, I am afraid. But I've been afraid for decades. I've been afraid to go bankrupt when I got sick, to lose the constantly rising roof over my head when I lose my job, to not be able to eat healthily as the prices keep going up and my salary stays down. I've been afraid to say no to the lies and the warmongering, to the medical racketeers and the real estate vampires, to the sequestering of our industry and the destruction of our planet. I've been afraid to stand out. But now I'm standing strong, for everything that matters is frozen like a mirror revealing my long-standing paralysis. The inward paralysis concealed by my spinning around the clock. That truth that I froze in my heart with my relentless shutting. The intimacy I stole from myself and my loved ones with my compulsive outpour. COVID arrived with an ear-splitting "Stop!" The world has stopped. We have been sent back home, back to ourselves, back to the true basics, back to true communion, back to being real, back to being. And some people refuse. They go out and mingle, declaring that they are entitled to have fun, protesting that their freedom is infringed, that they cannot possibly be home with their kids. What could they possibly do? What could we possibly do with so much time for ourselves? So they keep spinning and people keep dying, dropping like flies so that they can keep swatting. Listen, the world can't go back to what it was. The world will not go back. Things will be different. Change is here. Listen, the world has stopped. Finally! The world has stopped. Humans have stopped. Planes have stopped. Tourism has stopped. And the dioxide emissions in Italy have dropped. Venetian canals run once again with the clear waters. The fish can be seen swimming so happily. Swans have returned. Dolphins show once again in its shores. I feel a deep sadness that we have to be forcefully detained so that Earth can breathe again. What if COVID is not a virus? What if we are the virus infecting Earth Mother and COVID is her immune response? Yes, the world has stopped. And now I want to stop, to enter stillness, go within. What is essential in my life? What does my soul truly want? What fills my heart with joy? What needs to be released so that life flows through me freely once more? So that I am once again a child of earth. Deep I go, deeper than fear, deeper than worry can reach. Deeper and deeper into myself, deeper into silence and emptiness. Infinity opens within me. In that openness, as I reach within, I find myself deeply connected to others, to the world, to nature. I am unfreezing my truth, my voice, my power, my vote, my gifts. Not to shut away my life in trivia, no, but to reach out for meaningful communion, to feel my true belonging as a human. Like the brave Italians, I am opening my windows to flow my love into the streets. Let my fear be washed clean by my love. Let my love flood the neighborhood like a river of tranquility. Hear my song. We are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. COVID rains down on us like an avenging water nymph, like a messenger from Kali, like lightning from Jupiter or a fireball from Shango. The spirit of nature is angry. It is shaking its mane to dislodge the source of its pain. COVID comes down, raining fire and water, and now we listen. But last year the trees were on fire. often created by the careless and the greedy. The land burned in fever, and we cared for a week. Then focused on the next novelty while the animals died by the hundreds. The ocean was drowning in plastic, and we kept bagging our food in it. The ice was melting in the poles, and we used it as an icebreaker, shouting enthusiastically about global warming. Some were even angling how to profit from the melting ice. So now, the fever is upon us. Now we cannot turn away. Now we are the afflicted creatures. Now we sweat in fever and fear. Now the water is drowning our lungs. Now we know. Now we feel it in our bones. Now we listen to the only thing that makes us change: pain. Earth Mother is listening. She has given us every possible chance, but we have demonstrated that we do not care enough, that we will resist all change unless we hurt too much. Only then we will stop, abandon our comfort zone, and seek change. Only through pain are we willing to learn. So here's the pain. Unbearable pain. Pain so massive that the world has stopped. That is a hard way to learn. I don't want it anymore. I got a mind to listen with my heart, to embrace change and even pain, to stop fighting, struggling, stressing, and instead to be again a human being by simply being, by being here, now. With the trees that breathe healing love upon my skin, and the water that flows life into me, singing me from within, and the soil that carries my weight, and the air that breathes life into me unconditionally. I got a new mind to be here now with earth in harmony, loving Pachamama also unconditionally, because you and me and the elements, the creatures, the trees, plants, and minerals below, and even the planets above, we are one. We are all stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. For decades, we have watched our communities being steadily dismantled, families and neighborhoods fragmented, dwellings shrunk so that less and less people can share a home. And we took it. We shrunk our energy bodies to fit the new matchbox dwellings. We sent our parents to senior citizen housing and our grandparents to a nursing home. And we became smaller, unsupported, isolated. We stood alone. Few of us protested as the real estate armies warred against our kinship. Now, COVID is here, teaching us that community is not a place to hang out or a social media account, that it comes with unity. And it does not matter how far our bodies are when our spirits are one. COVID spreads its burning mirror, revealing who are the true leaders and who are the profiteers. They did not get there alone. Whether by vote or indifference, we put them there. COVID came down finger pointing to the greed-married leaders, the ineffective health system, the carelessness and alienation that has built the lie of separation to keep you and me from recognizing the truth. In Lakesh, You are my other self. I am your other self. We are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. Take a good look at the leaders we have chosen. Those who say that your grandmother can die after rearing generations of good productive citizens, that now she is bagaz and can be discarded. That your asthmatic sister is not a priority. That your immune deficient cousin does not matter in the big scheme of things. That what matters is the economy and not the people. Who the heck do they think creates the economy if not the people? We can restructure our economy, but we cannot bring back those we let die. What kind of opportunistic leaders have we chosen? How did these con artists fool us with their false promises and trumpeteering? Why did we trust these clowns with our democracy? I am voting for me now. I am voting for us, for the families, the community, for the people, for all the people, for our earth. Now I stand here being me, just being human, disregarding the mass consensus strands and making my heart my compass. And in clarity, am I uniting, reclaiming my belonging with you and them and earth, reclaiming my power to reweave democracy, to rewrite this moment in history, to reweave my relationship with earth, to stand in my deepest soul-drenched truth, to shine my heart-infused, bold, bright, beautiful true colors, to champion loving kindness, to quarantine opportunism and profiteering, to transmute fear into wisdom, to spread peace and serenity, to design a new world of justice, equality, and true democracy. For in the midst of this pandemic pandemonium, COVID has opened my eyes to the world that I want and choose to create, to the insanity of acting from fear and believing the misinformation that triggers that fear, to the devious trick of isolation that keep us fearing each other instead of coming in unity, because community is the true power we have, the power we are, for no one survives alone, for we are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. I no longer hide in isolation, for I've seen through the veils of separation and stand strong in our sacred connection. I refuse to be the point of darkness in the human constellation. I will no longer be the broken note in the music of our evolution. I speak without suppression. I stand strong in the truth that we are each a cell in the human organism. We are in this together. I will shine without shame to weave a mantle of light that wraps around the young and the old, the sick and the sane, the rich and poor alike, for we are one. We are stars in the same constellation. I am washed in a river of tranquility. I am wrapped in a blanket of light. I am held in the life net of community. I am nourished by the goodness in life. Blessings. This is Maria Mar, artist, author, and shaman, reminding all of us that we are one.